Hi there, MFH here. Today we're going to talk about props in React. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell icon, smash the like button, and let's jump right in. Props is one of the most important topics in React and probably one of the most used parts of React too. So, what is props? Let me explain it this way. If hopefully you have ever used functions in any programming language, you literally saw and use parameters in functions. Why we use parameters or why we create functions with parameters? The answer is simple: to make our function more usable and, most importantly, reusable. For example, if we have a function like this that returns sum of two numbers, will this function solve any problem? Maybe yes, but not real world problem. Not any other problem other than just one that we hard coded. In this case, 4 and 5. So what if I want to add 3 and 4, not 4 and 5? Or what if any other two numbers instead of 4 and 5? And so on and so forth. Should I make functions for each of them? The answer is quite simple. No. I think you are getting the idea now. In this situation, probably the best that we can do is to write our function like this. By adding parameters to this function, now I can add any two numbers by just simply passing those numbers through parameters. The same concept lies here in React props. We have a component and we want to make it reusable, so we use props. I made a simple setup of React project using create React app, and I cleaned it up a little so we only have these files remaining. I made a product component and imported inside the app component because I want to display it on the screen. And if we take a look at our product component, here we have another component called card. And later on, we will have 4 instances of this card component. Inside our card component, we have product name, price, image, and rating. Okay, now we want to use this component's structure but with different data inside it. For now, it's hard-coded and shows only one product on screen. Okay, now let's see what properties do we want to pass to our product component. And by the way, props is short for properties. In the product component here inside card component, we have to pass the props same like HTML attributes. This is our handmade component. We can give any name to our props here. But to be consistent, I'm gonna name them precisely. So for name, I'll write name. For price of our product, I'll write price. For image, I'll write image. And for rating, I'll write rating. Let's save it and see what happens. Nothing, but why? Because we are still using the hard-coded values inside our product component. To solve this problem, we have to replace our hard-coded values with the data that are coming from product component as props. Let's replace them using curly brackets, because whenever we want to run a JavaScript code inside the JSX, we have to wrap it with curly brackets, because JSX treats everything inside the JSX elements like plain text. So if we write props.name, it will just show props.name and won't actually show the desired value that we are looking for. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you how, just in a second. So let's replace all other values too. Alright, in case our props to work, we have to pass a props parameter inside our component's parentheses because we have to receive the values through props. And by the way, we can name our props anything, but to be consistent, it totally makes sense to use the word props. Okay, now we hope that our code works. And yes, here we have it. And if we remove curly brackets from around our props.name, price, image, and rating, it will just show props.whatever everywhere. As I said, props makes our components reusable. I made 4 instances of card component inside product components with these values, and here you have it. Okay, now what really is props? Props is a JavaScript object with all properties that we pass from the parent component to child component. That's why we use dot notation to get access to each property of object. We can even destructure our object. So instead of writing props, we can destructure our object like this: name, price, image, rating. But in this case, I then have to remove all the props dot from the code below. What it does, it creates 4 new variables, each naming name, price, image, and rating. Don't forget that if you destructure the object, you have to write the properties exactly the same you are writing here inside product component that we are writing same like HTML attributes. Okay, what we learned in this video. We first of all cleared the concept of props, why and how do we use them. We learned that using props makes our components reusable, same like we use parameters in functions to make our functions reusable. We also learned that the term props that we pass to our component is really an object with all those properties we pass to it, and that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have learned anything from this video and enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell icon, share this video with your friends, hit the like button, and see you next time.